Hello and thanks for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have for you 6 rainbow oxide blended thank you cards. So let's jump right in. I tend to like to cut my cardstock down before I even start creating. I find that it's easier for me to work with knowing what size of cardstock I have. So I've cut down 8 panels, which I've made an 1/8 of an inch smaller than my black mat, and my black mat will be an 1/8 of an inch smaller than my A2 sized card base. And I'm going to use 6 oxide colors. Right here I have picked raspberry going into spiced marmalade. And on each panel I'm going to have a blend of 2 colors, and I'm going to go back and forth with the colors until I like the blend in the middle. So I'm going to go, I did picked raspberry into spiced marmalade. I'm going to go spiced marmalade into squeezed lemonade into cracked pistachio into peacock feathers into wilted violet, and at the end I'm going to do wilted violet into picked raspberry. So we're going to go all the way around there and do the 6 panels. So I am using my domed foams from scrapbook.com. If you haven't been with me before, I love these foams. I find that they're just beautiful for blending, super smooth, super easy to use, and because they're domed, they don't leave harsh lines when they blend. So I think that they're just like a stunning tool to use. And if you're new to oxide blending or blending in general, I find that these are a little bit easier than the flat Ranger ones. Although I use those as well. These are just my preferred blending tool, especially for the oxides. So I did create a little holder for these domed foams. So I do have that. I'm going to put it up in the card right here for you if you want to go and check it out. It's free to download off my website. You just download it and print it out. And I have a whole blog post there to walk you through how to create it if you want to create your own. And it's just an easy way for me to store my domed foams because they don't go well under the oxide pads. The Ranger Mini, the blending tools, the blending foams, I actually put them under my Distress Ink minis and keep them there. But the oxides, I had to kind of come up with a new way to store the foams, so I kind of just created a graphic myself and then kind of made it into a way to store them. So that's what I do. But yeah, so you can go and check that out if you're interested. And everything that I use will be linked and listed down below if you have any interest or any questions. You can always ask me questions, guys. I always read all of the comments and always reply. So if there's ever anything you want to know about what I'm doing, or you have any questions, or you have any comments or thoughts or anything like that, please leave them for me. I really, really like to communicate with you. I think that I'm here because you guys stay and watch my videos and support me. So if there's ever anything I can answer for you, please don't hesitate to ask. I would happily answer anything that I can. So I'm just going to go back and forth between the colors. I have sped this up. This is about 4 times as quick as I can actually blend, but that doesn't really, I left it in just because there's not much else to this. It's mostly ink blending and then a little bit of stamping, a little bit of gems, some gluing some stuff down, but otherwise there's not much to this video. So what I did leave the blending in just because A, I love to watch the blending, and B, I love rainbows, and this is just so bright and fun, so I left it in. But that's pretty much the bulk of making this card, is the oxide blending. So I did choose to just speed it up and leave it in. I have a tendency to do that. You guys can let me know if you don't really enjoy watching the whole process. I like watching it, so, and when I'm editing videos, that's kind of, I go with what I generally enjoy watching. But if you don't, let me know, because it'll just give me some feedback as to what people prefer to watch. So I did take my mini mister, and I've got some Perfect Pearls in the color Perfect Pearls mixed up inside of this little mini mister, and I'm just going to splash that on. I just used the stem of the bottle, like the spray nozzle there, and I actually learned this from Amy R. From Prairie Paper and Ink. And yeah, you just kind of unscrew the lid and then dab it on, and that's pretty cool, and it dries with this really cool shiny finish. So I will hold them up in the end and show you how cool these look, but I had to add some sparkle. If you've stayed with me at all, you know how much I love my sparkle. And then I have a sentiment from the Thank You Flowers stamp set by Simon Says Stamp, and it's just a big thank you. And I love the big graphic. I think that it's just a bold statement for this. And I actually made this set of cards because I'm a part of a Facebook group that sends Happy Mail. And Happy Mail is just when you choose someone's address randomly out of the list and you send them a card to brighten their day. That's the whole point of it. And I actually recently had gotten, it was over a couple of weeks, I had gotten about 6 letters or 6 cards in the mail from people sending me Happy Mail, and I really wanted to reciprocate, like just say that, like, thank you, I did get your letter, I really appreciated it, here is a card back to you just thanking you for sending it to me. So that was what kind of spurred these, and I was kind of trying for something that was quite pretty but didn't take a lot of time because I wasn't going to continue making like a whole bunch of thank you cards that like each one was going to take hours and hours to make. Like I was trying to come up with something that would be pretty but not take a long time to make. So this is kind of what I come up with, and if you've been with me, you know how much I love oxide blending. I love oxide ink so much. I actually got the brand new one, Crackling Campfire, I believe it's called. I just got it in, so I'm going to have a card for you. I'm hoping next week showing you that oxide blending color, because I got it in the oxide. So yeah, and I did use my Nuvo Deluxe glue. I stuck it onto the black mat, and now I'm going to stick it down onto the white card base. That's kind of my norm. I do that a lot. I love a black mat. I love how it makes the colors pop. I like a thin black mat and then a thin white of the panel or the card base showing through. I find that it just really makes the color pop, and it really adds a little pizzazz to your card. And with the black stamping, originally I actually thought I would white emboss this, but in the end I loved how that black just looked with the sentiment and then the black mat, how they just kind of went together, and I just couldn't resist putting them together like that. So that's how we went with this, and I was just trying to come up with something simple and beautiful. So I did smatter around a couple of gems. I believe I have the Studio Katia clear crystals and all, as well as I'm using the Studio Katia embellishment wand to lay these down. My tip is broken. I dropped it on the floor. So I'm just waiting for black tips to come back into stock. She has all sorts of colors of stock in her store for the tip of the wand, but the black ones are currently out of stock. So I will replace it. So you can see I struggle a little bit with it just because it's not as pointy as it should be because it fell and broke. But that's my fault. It's only a wax end, right? So yeah, it fell and then it broke. That's okay. I'll get a replacement whenever they're back in the store. So I'm going to hold them up and just show you all of the colors. I think they turned out beautiful. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to leave me a comment and a like down below, that would be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I put up new videos every Monday, and I also I throw up extras every now and then as I join in on random group hops and random events. So I would love to have you back. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. This is the video for today, and I cannot wait until I see you again. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.